No, I'm telling you, it's like an underrated skill, Johnny. Like, I know it's like minor for you, but like you always like pick people in the crowd. Like, comedians do it nowadays.
Yes.
So, Matt Rife, these guys he's been doing it way longer. But like, just take stuff in the crowd, incorporate it into the song, singing to babies, whatever it is. Made up songs of the people. It's like, we got a baby in the lap. Got a baby in the lap.
He can do it too. He's got the skill set.
Yeah, you totally can do it too.
He's one of the few holding up.
I appreciate it.
The improv and the music and the and mixing all the skills.
On a wicker chair in a cafe with her smoothie, Kaleidoscope started to grin, and then Daniel bumped her chair, spilled his coffee. Bobby's coming around again. She asked him to join her, and they giggled like teenage kids. It's when her paintings got a little brighter, and his sadness blew off with the wind. He was singing, it's a home, home, so good to be home. Home's when you're with me. We're singing home, home, so good to be home. Home's where we need to be.
Lokahi Backstage.
All right, welcome to Lokahi Backstage.
I am so excited. Yeah. I'm tickled.
We got Johnny Helm in the house.
How are
and
you?
Hawaiian Ryan.
Hello.
We're going to go with that.
How's it?
Love him.
Touching. We're touching.
Touch.
Okay, first I want to know, how did you guys get to know each other?
He was already successful and already working.
He was successful at like 16, though.
He was.
So, child
I was
prodigy.
very new to radio, well, to any of that when I met him, and he was already doing it.
Yes.
So I looked up to him in many ways, and
We
he
all
may
do.
not even know that, but I did.
Wow. And I'm probably older too.
He's older.
That's why I was there first.
Right.
Just because of pure time.
Right.
Yeah.
But pure.
At 1 year.
Right.
So the 1 year.
It was
you
talent.
were also gigging, doing music on the side as well.
A little bit. That was the beginning. That was when I met you was the very beginning of me doing anything entertainment wise. If it was radio or if it was gigging, I just had started like right around, here in Hawaii, like right around 97, 8,
Right.
somewhere in there.
Right. And
Yeah.
at that time, did you have any clue that you would end up with an Emmy someday?
I knew that was going to come back easy.
I love that.
I've got to throw it in, of course, and then it'll come back later, but we got to tease
Yes,
it.
definitely.
It's like, this is who he is. That's
I did.
sure.
I did not know. I'm gonna close that door so no one comes in because I feel like. Sorry about that. Are we just rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh, we're just rolling in.
Keeps
Okay,
rolling.
sorry.
It keeps going. Yeah.
Sorry
We're
about
good.
that. So, anyways,
in fact, real quick, tell us where we're at, and then you can get back into your story.
that was actually that is the very beginning when I first moved here. I worked at a chemistry lab. I had graduated from the University of Rhode Island and moved right out here. Had a degree in wildlife biology. Thought I wanted to do science, and I went to a chemistry lab and worked there. And I was not supposed to be a scientist. You have to be very exact. I was spacey. I was hungover. I was drunk.
But you did it.
Yeah, I mean, I was in my party phase. It was a very, very bad position for me to be in, so I left. Thankfully for all humanity.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, so my first job out of there was I was like, I need a job. Told my friend that was dating my roommate at the time. She's like, well, I work at this place called Coffee Talk. Why don't you come in? And I think they're hiring. So I walked in the door, and this lady came down with this big smile, came up to me and greeted me, and she hired me, and we became friends, and I ended up marrying her that
Wow.
lady, and she owns Coffee Talk.
That is so awesome. I did not know that it started
I was her
way
barista.
back then.
And now
I did.
it's actually called
Talk
Kaimaki.
Yes,
Right.
because it was her idea to bring in a craft cocktail, I guess is what you call it. Yeah. And so we found that one of my friends, Brittany, who's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, she's amazing. Created the program here. And so it was no longer just a coffee shop. It was also, there was alcohol being served. So we changed it to Talk.
Wow.
And Brittany's done an amazing job. And before Brittany, Di has been working here since the very beginning, and she has been she's been the anchor in this place, and she's amazing too. So shout out to Di
That's amazing. I mean, it's tough to get a liquor license in Hawaii.
It is. It is. That took
I didn't know that.
2 years, I think it took.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is good coffee. Then.
Yeah, amazing. This is the famous coffee talk shake, which is melting, but it's amazing.
Yep.
What else we got here? Some banana.
We got some banana bread, and that's my favorite baked good on the that shake's been around since the beginning. It's Coffee Talk Shake. Love it. And this is a tuna avocado. We have Bread Shop, which is a famous, well, it's not famous, but it's a very popular bread shop down the road, and he makes our focaccia. And so we have Bread Shop bread, focaccia, turkey avocado sandwiches, fresh baked goods every day. We have a baker in-house, a few.
Wow.
Yep.
I really should have taken that.
June and Samaje, and they're both amazing. Samaje is the full-time baker, and June comes in and does part-time, but she used to be the full-time baker here. Anyways, everybody that works here is amazing. We're really lucky.
I love it.
I'm really lucky. I have nothing to do with the success of Coffee Talk. In fact, if I still worked here, it probably would have failed. But they quickly...
Did you start playing music here too when you were here?
I did. There was the first people that played music here that I know of were Bobby Nishida and...
Bobby Nishida. He played guitar for Frank DeLima.
He did.
Wow.
And then Louie, I don't know what her last name is now. I think at the time was, I'm not even going to guess what her last name was. But anyways, Louie, amazing singer. She worked here, and she's the one that actually told me about the job. And they did a duo here. And then a guy named Jim Hubbard, who is fantastic. He's since passed away, but he was doing gigs here. I did some gigs here, and then the punk scene evolved at Coffee Talk. Wow. And that was around 2002. And it became the haven for punk music because Liz wanted to do something for the community. And some kids that were in punk bands came in and said, we want to do these shows. And Liz wanted to do something for the community, so she said yes, for underage kids, they could come and have punk shows here. I thought it was a bad idea. Honestly, I was not in favor of it. I was afraid someone was going to go through a window. I said, I don't think you should do it. Right. She's like, I don't care what you think, I'm doing this. And she did, and thank goodness that she did, because she created a really cool scene and didn't listen to me. So she does, if she doesn't listen to me, she's in good shape.
I find entrepreneurship, that's what that requires sometimes.
Well, I don't know if she had
it requires going against the grain and going a little bit with the gut.
Yeah, sometimes you secretly root against them because then if they were
You're evil. You're evil. No, I didn't think she should do the bar either.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah, I didn't think she should.
I can see that.
Same reason? Like you thought it might
Well, I saw how much she works. I mean, thank God. Once again, I'll bring up Di. Di is like the foundation of this place. Besides Liz opening it, Di has run this place with her from the very beginning. She was here every day. She's awesome. And even with Di being here, Liz has to work every day. There's no days off.
Yeah.
And so she's working all day long. And then I was like, okay, you're going to open up a bar now at night. You're
even more time.
So luckily, Brittany's amazing, and she really takes the weight off of the nighttime. It's her. She does it.
Yeah.
And so I was wrong again. Yeah. But I will say, my vote was for when she brought up Brittany doing it. I was like, okay, because I knew Brittany's a friend of mine, and I knew that I knew she was the right person. Every person that's worked here has been amazing. We've never really had a bad person work in Coffee Talk. I don't think it's just like one of those places where, there are a lot of come and goes and stuff like that because college kids come and stuff, but we've always had really good people working here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're really lucky.
Yeah. So, so your story, you're here, you're working,
This was always my place, that was keeping me employed while I did other things and tried to do other things. Because radio, in the beginning, there was no pay. I mean, if it was paid, it was like, I think I was getting I want to say $6 an hour, maybe.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. It was really bad. But I was also, I was doing the very bottom level, production job when I first started, which was making, I was transferring commercials from either tape, reel to reel, or the computer to carts.
Wow. We were editing with razor blades on one point. Yeah. But go on.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So we didn't hurt ourselves with it. Yeah. But yeah, so you put the commercial on something called the cart, which was basically like a cassette tape, but a big one. And I remember that was my only job, and the key on those things was to make sure there was no dead air after the commercial. So you had to start it and stop it immediately. That was my only job. So I made sure that and if I screwed it up and there was I'd listen to every commercial, and if there was like a second of dead air after that commercial, I made sure I re-imported it, re-put it back on there, re-recorded it in. And anything I did in those beginning days, I knew. And this gets back to when you asked me to do this, you were talking about, success stories, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning. I don't know where I got it from, who told me, or if I heard it from somebody that said, if you're going to do anything, even if you're sweeping a room, sweep the freaking room, clean it, go beyond. Yeah. And so when I was doing those carts, I remember saying to myself, I don't know anything about this business. I barely know anything about this recording studio. I'm going to make the best carts that I can possibly make. And it's ridiculous, but I said it to myself. So every step that I took in radio, I always made sure that I was going to go the extra mile and do, even if it was stupid, do the best I possibly could at that stupid job, because it was going to lead to good habits and lead to that next job position above that one, and eventually it worked.
Totally. It's not about the thing that you're doing,
No.
but it's literally about the way you're wiring your own self.
Sure.
Right? Like you're the product.
Sure.
In that. So if you skimp on the thing, you just, you're skimping on making yourself a type of person.
But and you're also making the person that you're working with better, because you're giving them a great, whatever it is, if you call it a product.
Yep.
You're giving them something that is amazing. So they're going to be like, I want this guy. Being nice,
Right.
going back to being like, getting jobs, doing things, doing the next thing, being a nice human being.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember seeing people when I first got there, just assholes. Just
For sure.
And I remember Willie Moku. I don't know if you remember Willie. Willie
that.
pulled me aside and he's like, don't be like that guy.
Yeah.
And, I didn't need him to tell me that, but it rang true. It's like, just be a nice person. Ryan's always been a good person. That's why he's still doing it. And he did it for years and years and years. It's because he's a good guy.
Definitely being on an island, right? You learn quick. It's it's partly you want to be a nice guy because it's like, it'll come back.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But that's anywhere,
It's very
though.
true.
Well, I don't know if it is. Is it?
No, it is. I think it's
feel like
everywhere.
There is definitely a cultural, I think, I grew up in Connecticut. There's a big cultural difference between Connecticut and here. Different styles.
Right.
It works for them in Connecticut. It works but if you try to mix the two.
But still the nice is like.
No, key. Sure, it's important.
I'm but
I think
still.
it works. But my point is, I feel like depending on how small your circle is, there's a different pressure. I think it's a good thing. Hawaii people, we all see each other at Safeway at some point.
Oh, for sure. And you're related.
Whoever you screw up, you will see at Long's.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Looking for Band-Aids, you know what I mean? So, whoever you screw up, just make sure, you know what I mean? Watch out. Oh, there's shit, and you got a duck.
And then you find out they're related to someone, right? You're like, oh, forget it. Yeah.
Right. We just came back from Cali. It's like, oh my God, you're driving 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
You can screw up and just go 3 hours down the road.
We're in Mexico.
So that's a good point. It's an underrated point.
Being nice
is literally a business strategy.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
For sure. And it's a good way to live. It's not just better for you all the way around, but it's better for you in a health-wise, right?
No, I think so.
You see it reflected in his work. Every time there's a charity being raised, a fundraiser, Johnny Helm's name is on a list with John.
I love that.
Oh yeah, Henry Capono, John Cruz, and his, Paula Fuga. He's always right up in the mix. Jack Johnson. I'm like, there's Johnny Helm, and you just did another one, right? Awareness for. It was just recently. Anyway,
we did do something. I don't remember what we did, but we did
fundraising for something. Anyway,
we were.
It's he's constantly just what was I fundraising?
It was awareness of something.
It was.
Now we just need awareness.
We just don't know about awareness.
I got a question for you guys. Yeah. How did you why me? Why me?
Well, literally, she was saying look, I'm coming to Hawaii. hey, you know some people who have stories, and so literally
Yeah.
the criteria was like, I need a good storyteller, boom.
Yes.
Right, and it was
Hawaii edition.
and not just a normal success story, like, hey, I started this app and now I'm a gajillionaire. I mean, those are fun stories too.
Yeah.
But the way that you took is like an offbeat.
Oh, it's definitely
sure.
offbeat.
You know,
Yeah.
It is very.
to end up like I was just truly curious. I'm like, oh my god, my buddy Johnny Helm was just a great storyteller, great guy, but he just got an Emmy, and I'm even dying to hear.
I'll tell you what it is. Come on in.
Yeah.
Hi. She makes the best everything's.
I'm loving this.
What do you call it? This is the Coffee Talk Shake, right? And what's in the Coffee Talk Shake?
It's so good. Oh my goodness. What is in it? Oh, you can't tell.
No, it's not a secret. It's on the menu.
Okay.
Not a secret. It's on the menu.
The chocolate syrup, hazelnut syrup, espresso, and half with
Chocolate syrup, hazelnut syrup.
basically the Nutella latte, but with half and half.
It's.
That's why it is.
Yeah.
And there's coffee in it too. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's got a shot of a coffee. in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm slowly doing the right leg shake.
Yeah. Thank you so much for those drinks. They're amazing.
Amazing.
We apologize for not getting them to him right away because I know you were very concerned about your work of art.
My art is melting.
My art is melting.
I would never know if you ever had a bad day in your life. We go watch him play sometimes, and he will like incorporate our word, like our names into something. Like when we walk in, like, oh, there's Gigi.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
No, I'm telling you, it's like an underrated skill, Johnny. Like, I know
Oh,
it's
thank
like
you.
minor for you, but like you always like pick people in the crowd. Like, comedians do it nowadays.
Yes.
So, Matt Rife, these guys he's been
Yeah.
doing it way longer, but like just take stuff in the crowd, incorporate it into the song, singing to babies, whatever it is. And people just love it. It's different, right? Different than just singing, like we all love Mustang Sally and whatever, Drop Baby. Like but he does the, more than just like singing the songs. He's like incorporating, made up songs of the people. It's like, we got a baby in the lap, dum, bum, 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 we got a baby in the lap. And it's like, what? She got a blue dress on. It's the best.
He can do it too. He's got the skill set.
Yeah, but
He
I just
totally
love-
can do it too.
He's one of the few holding up.
I appreciate it.
The improv and the music and and mixing all the skills.
On a wicker chair in a cafe with her smoothie, Kaleidoscope started to grin, and then Daniel bumped her chair, spilled his coffee. Bobby's coming around again. She asked him to join her, and they giggled like teenage kids. It's when her paintings got a little brighter, and his sadness blew off with the wind. He was saying, it's a home, home, so good to be home. Home's when you're with me. We're singing home, home, so good to be home. Home's where we need to be.
Okay, so I feel like there's so much to unpack here.
I can unpack it for
Yours
you
is a lot.
in a
Like,
linear
got
way,
Hoku,
possibly.
You got chemistry. You got DJ, Emmy. Holy moly, that's like.
I'll give you the short bio.
Okay, let's
The
do
short
it.
bio. Beginning. Born in Hartford, Connecticut at St. Francis Hospital in 1973 on March 4th. Raised in West Hartford, Connecticut. Went to the University of Rhode Island for college. Came here halfway through. I had done a hint of too much drugs and alcohol. And I was doing a little bit too much of the drinking, and I had taken a batch of hallucinogenics that sent me through the cuckoo's nest, and I ended up having to get help. When I was a kid, diagnosed myself with OCD, but I mean, it was clear that that's what it was. And I had a severe problem washing my hands repeatedly, checking door locks, and to the point where my hands would bleed if I washed too much. I couldn't leave the house. My buddy John Golis was my best friend. He knew about it. And he would kind of like push me out of it. He'd be like, dude, we got to get to school. You can't step on every ice crack, because I would do these weird behaviors. And so when I got to college and I started doing, I'm only bringing this up because I'm getting to the point of the drugs. It just ignited the OCD. So it turned it back on. And I had kind of busted out of it, but it became something like what we call a pure obsession. I would have bad thoughts, and that bad thought would become a cycle that never stopped. And I mean, I see never stopped. I mean, from the moment I woke up to the point that I would go to bed. And when I was tripping on whatever I was tripping on, my buddies were being funny and they were punching me, and they pushed me into a closet, And we always used to horse around like that, but it just set me into a really weird state of mind. And I started to get really freaked out. And I was freaked out for a good, I would say, a year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And this is like in your 20s.
In my 20s. And the only way that it would stop is if I drank. So when I drank at night, I would get some relief from it. So it was a cycle that I was going in. I was drinking at night. It would alleviate some of the OCD stuff. I'd feel okay. Next morning, I'd wake up with a hangover, repeat. And it just cycled. So my sister, I think, she was encouraging me to come out to Hawaii because she lived here already. And at that time, I came out here, and I think she helped me break that cycle. And, you know, I still have OCD and had it really badly up until, I mean, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to 2001 is when I started taking a medication that worked for me. Not everybody's going to work with medication. Not everybody, it's going to work for everybody. This one did for me. Yeah. And it made a big difference. And so, going back to when I came out here and my sister, that's when I moved to Hawaii and fell in love with it. And so, you know, it's weird how all these little things factor in. I mean, at the time I had a girlfriend that went to Europe. Had she not gone to Europe, I may not have chosen to come to Hawaii, but thank God I did, because my sister probably somewhat saved me. And I always liked surfing. I surfed already in Rhode Island and on Martha's Vineyard when I was a kid, but like, yeah, I came out here, went to KCC. I lived in a normal house with normal food. I wasn't drinking. I was drinking water, which I'd never thought, oh, you need to drink water as a human being. I know it's ridiculous, but like after I left my parents' house, it was like I turned into like beer. Beer. No other liquid. And anyway, so she got me healthy, and I started surfing more.
This is about what age now?
20-ish. I'd been here once before that too. I came out to visit her before when I was like 19. I was here for an extended period, but like this was the longest stretch. And then I went back to Rhode Island, finished up school, and immediately came back.
Wow.
Yeah, and then that's when I moved here. That was 90, at that point it was 96, but I went to KCC in 93. And I continued to, you know, I wasn't completely fixed. I still continued to party. And I ended up getting a surgery, and I got into pills a little bit. And that continued on and off, but I was very secretive about it. I would do things like, I knew that it was very addictive. I knew it was dangerous. And I would do things like have special nights that I assigned to this. And that continued probably on...
What do you mean special nights you assigned to this?
So I would put it in a calendar. I had a stash of you know, stuff that I would get. Pills. And I would just get like midnight, just start hitting those.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, Sunday's a cheat day.
But the OCD was interesting because although it, you know, kind of like was inflamed by drugs, it also kind of helped me not drink because I was afraid of the OCD. So what it would do is it keep me in check, and it had. And finally, one day, I was in New York City. I'm going to get out of this drug phase, but I had lived here for a while. I went back to New York to do construction for a year with my buddy long story short. But anyways, I got into the stuff there. One day I woke up drunk on someone's couch, and I spent all my money, and I didn't feel very good about myself. So I called my friend and I said, I'm in New York City. I have no money. I need to get out of here. And so he picked me up, brought me to his house. And that house is the Sweeney household. They had 18 kids, adopted, all musicians, stud musicians. And I lived in that house for about 6 months until I moved back to here. When I moved back here, I got my old job back in radio at Visionary Related Entertainment. Ended up becoming the production director, morning show on The Zone or whatever it was at the time. Yeah. And so that led to about 2006. We're at 2006.
Wow.
So, and I stopped partying. At that point. There was a couple, you know, every once in a great 3 years, I would try drinking again, and it just never worked. So I'm out. Wow. I'm sober, and you know.
You've had like quite a career that's kind of pinged all over the place.
Very pingy.
But mastered the pings.
So radio was never something that I truly enjoyed being on the air. Like I feel like Ryan, I can't speak for you, but it feels to me like you are a natural.
Yeah, I agree.
On the air and an entertainer on the air or TV. I was there the day after one of his biggest, and I say this because it takes somebody like him to get back up, one of his biggest failures. And I don't know if you remember this.
I have so many, but
No.
Like, tell me.
When you opened up for the Wayans brothers.
You were there that day?
Well, I was there the next morning at radio. And
I see.
Yeah, and you and Sam came in and you were heartbroken.
All military crowd. They were coming to see Damon Wayans, right? So I get up on there and I start doing some stand-up. And just like, we're talking like 30 seconds into it, they're like, Damon Wayans.
Oh,
like this. I'm like frozen. And I don't know what I did, but I just know that I cut my act short, and I was like, okay, Dave.
Well, I'll tell you what he did.
But it definitely was like, oh my God, that didn't feel good at all.
No, but you got back up and you did it again, and you kept doing things, and you kept throwing out things, and you kept trying things, and you kept it. And this guy is one of the funniest people I know.
Once you do it once, it's like, then you're like, okay, well, that was horrible, and then you get back up and you're like, okay, well, that's the worst. Then everything else was way easier than that.
And that morning, you didn't know that every comic has probably had that happen and more.
Didn't have it. I like my first time I did stand up, it went well.
Yeah.
And then I won a contest, and then I was getting paid, and then that was the first time it just was like
terrible.
It was horrible.
But I admired him so much because he got back up that day and got on the air.
That's right.
He went on the air with Sam. And I felt so bad for you, man. I was like, oh my God. But he just kept going and that was really inspiring for me. I'm like, because I'm very afraid of failure.
Yes.
And getting up in front of people, sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's really not.
Yep.
You can never tell, Johnny.
No.
It's like I would pick you out of like the 1-2% who doesn't, right?
No.
We don't catch it. From the other side of the stage, whereas like we're watching you, just like you are one of the naturals as well.
I appreciate that, but I'm riddled with self-doubt.
Wow.
But I think that says so much about what you're doing, right? I think everyone has levels of it, and even although it doesn't show on the outside, it's showing the battle that you fight.
I don't know that I would have gotten back up if that happened to me. I may never have gotten back up.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I would too.
By the way,
But being
it
inspired.
happened again when I opened up for Vanilla Ice. Anyway, I have the same opinion of him. It's like, wow, he's trying this, he's doing that, getting like last time I saw, he just asked me right before this, hey, can you do a pigeon thing? I've got this like this line I want you to do in a TV show that I like what? Like it's like
I love that.
It's moved on from music to like TV to like he's sound engineering too. It's not just like it's like every zone which you haven't like entered into yet. I know I'm going to see him there next time. Like,
I hate to say it, but even like the podcast for me, like literally, I think like, why did I sign up to do this? I don't want to. Literally, like on my way, like two things. I'm like, maybe there's a way out. We could like, I don't know. There's like but I know I want to do it, but it's having to push yourself beyond that zone, like. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's me.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate in one sense, like if you want to criticize whoever made us this way, that we almost like we're not completely satisfied unless we are kind of pushing that boundary.
Yeah.
Like the longer, if you just stay comfortable, something in you starts to be not comfortable, ironically, right? So like, how did you move from take us from like the radio, you're doing gigs, and now move into the TV, Emmy, like stuff? How did you get
like huge pivot.
The transfer from radio, out of radio, I wasn't getting paid enough, I felt, to do what I was doing.
Totally.
And at one point, I had been asked to do a gig at Tiki's for a diabetes fundraiser, and I wasn't going to do it. It was actually Tiki's was doing the food. I didn't even know that. I take that back. I didn't know that until after. It was a diabetes fundraiser for a walk, and Tiki's just happened to be the booth that I was playing in front of. I was asked to play at this thing. Didn't want to do it because I was like, I don't want to play. And then I remembered Willie Moku. He basically died of complications from diabetes.
That's right.
I mean, ultimately.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, this guy gave me my career just by being nice to me one day. Or multiple days. But anyway, so I did it. And from that performance, Tiki's was like, do you want a gig? And I was like, not really. And they're like, we'll pay you subs. And I was like, yes, I do want that gig. So I did that gig, and then I was like, oh, that was easy. So they gave me another one. Then they opened up another restaurant. They gave me 2 more nights, and I was still on radio. And I looked at the amount of money I was making from those 2 nights and the amount of money I was making in radio, and I'm like, if I just do this like 2 more gigs a week, I could make this work. So I just bailed on radio. I just left. I said, either you guys give me a raise or I'm out. And they didn't give me the raise. I said, I'm out.
Yeah.
That was it.
Wow.
So then from there, I gigged for like several years. Always had my recording studio at home for fun. And then I don't remember what year it was, but I had written a song for this girl, Krista Whitmire. Do you remember Krista?
Of course, yeah.
Super CW. And I was watching basically her death on Facebook because she was documenting her cancer.
I was one of the documentarians.
There you go.
So
Wow.
I made the video, that played at her, service.
So I wrote the song.
What?
I know.
I didn't know, by
Yeah.
the way. Sitting here asking you about the Emmy story,
Yeah.
I had a feeling it had to do with that, but I wasn't sure.
That was the
This is
beginning.
crazy. Wow.
That was the beginning. So I wrote this song, and oddly in the song, I say that she was leaving gifts for us later to be seen by her actions and what she was showing when she had this cancer and she was going through it. And so Flash Hansen was walking by my gig, and I said, "Hey, Flash," and I knew he was really good friends with her. Comes by my gig, so I'm playing guitar, and I'm telling him the words of another song while I'm playing. And he started crying.
What?
And he's like, "Johnny, you have to play this at her service." And I was like, I honestly don't know her that well. I just was inspired by her story. I don't really know her. I mean, she worked in radio, and I knew her a little bit, but like not well.
Yeah, she's
And so I went to her
amazing,
service.
Amazing human. Yeah.
Went to her service, played it at the service, and Gerard Elmore was shooting a documentary and finishing it. Maybe you were working on that too. I don't know.
No, that was separate from. I just did in fact, my video played.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it was her goodbye party. That's what it was.
Oh. And I had recorded the song, and I gave it to him, and they said, "Can we use it in the documentary that Gerard was doing?" Wow. Gerard asked me, and I was like, "Sure, you can." And I didn't charge him. I just said, "Just use it. I don't want money. It's not what I'm doing this for." Yeah. So he called me like maybe a week later and he was like, I love your attitude. We all have to do these passion projects sometimes. We're passionate about this stuff, but I actually have a paid gig. If you want to try making music for this commercial, would you like to try it? So I went in the session. Sure. I went in the studio. I just did it in like, I don't know, hour, sent it back to him. He's like, "Oh my God, the guy we use in California takes like 2 weeks." And it was on the air within like, a couple weeks. It still plays. And, so that was a very low paying gig, but it was a gig. And then he came to me the following week and was like, "We got a bigger gig. It's a documentary we're scoring for Hawaiian Airlines called Kahuaka'i. It's a Journey to Merry Monarch. It's about their employees. Would you be interested in scoring it?" Never scored anything in my life.
Wow.
So I did it, and that one won the first Emmy.
Wow.
So that one, and I didn't even know it could be up for an Emmy. And actually, I had already done a little bit of, no, that's not true. That was it. And so that one, yeah, like I said, it won the Emmy. I don't know what the Emmy was. It was like, I forget what the Emmy
He's losing
category.
track, folks.
There's just so many.
Losing track of his Emmys.
No, so that was that. That's where the scoring came in, and then I started doing a bunch more. And in between those, I've scored tons of stuff, a lot of stuff, mostly commercials, and then
Was it literally you got the Emmy and then boom?
Boom! There's a big blowing up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's so crazy.
And then it died for a while. It died off. It just ebbed and flows, and this one died off. And then I got this other, another project. This was going to be for the Women of the Air for Hawaiian Airlines. And that one I asked my friend Sean Pimentel to join me on it because there was parts of it that really needed to be culturally Hawaiian. And I felt like it needed to be from someone that really grew up here and understood it. So I hired him to do a lot of the stuff that was culturally Hawaiian. There was several parts of film that had Hawaiian music in it, not necessarily Hawaiian language, but percussion. And so anyway, so I brought him in, and we entered in the audio category, which actually NMG entered us, and we won.
Wow.
So we won that one. That was
Congratulations.
this year. Thank you very much.
Wow. That's amazing.
I want to see it.
Yeah, the Emmy?
I want to see everything.
Oh,
yes.
I have it. No.
Nice.
I bring it.
We should take pictures with it.
You can watch Kahuaka'i. You can watch on YouTube by the time this airs. Okay. And Women of the Air, I would imagine. I'm not sure if it'll definitely. At some point, it's going to be in flight on Hawaiian Air, and I would imagine there's going to be other places to watch it. So that's where the scoring came. That's where my journey was from Hartford, Connecticut, through gigging in Waikiki for 20 years, to, and going back to the carts. In the beginning we were talking about the carts that I was doing. All that was in preparation for that day because I learned how to do all the stuff in the studio through a guy named Derry York, Afun, yeah. And he taught me everything in that studio, the tape machine, all that stuff. Yeah. And, you know, I never really had confidence. Even to this day, I don't really consider myself an engineer. I've never really had confidence as an engineer because I never went to school. It was always kind of something I did out of necessity. But all these things, even being on the air, learning how to complete a project, like a commercial, just one 60-second commercial. Yeah. Well, if you take a documentary, each one of the sections of the documentary needs to be complete, and you know how to complete something. So all those things just kind of compiled in, and it was like the perfect storm, perfect time for me to do the work. And now it seems like it's all over the place because it's gigging, boom, 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 here.
Totally.
But it's all related.
I see it now. Like now, because reading your bio,
it's not the best bio.
No, it's a really good bio, but it's like it's because your path's not linear. But then when you tell the story like this, it is very like it is. It's one door, then the next door. Whereas before, it's reading the bio is like, wow, what the heck?
It starts with a mind that's curious about a bunch of stuff that seemingly may not go together. You already started off wildlife biology.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Where does that come from? Then from there, like now you're doing folk music.
Yeah.
Now you're scoring like an airlines documentary.
Yeah.
Now you're like
music.
So it's like it's already
music.
like whatever it is, and I don't know if that's connected to some of the O.C.D. It's like a double.
Maybe.
It's like a double-edged sword.
The O.C.D. is there.
Right?
I mean, it never goes away.
And like it pushes you to positive things.
Oh, for sure.
As much as it might like pull you into stuff you don't want to be into.
The only other two sections of my life that probably led up to this is I met a guy named Jed Lieber through another man named John Michelle. He was the drummer for the John Oates, Hall & Oates, John Oates' band. And he wanted me to introduce me to a guy named Jed Lieber. And Jed's father wrote a lot of the songs for Elvis, Stand By Me, and he was in a writing team called Lieber and Stoller. So I worked with Jed for about, on and off for like 10 years. And that guy put me through boot camp of lyrics. Music-wise, I learned a lot from him, but really lyrically. And how to not be lazy. Wasn't necessarily you can teach somebody to be creative. I don't think that was his thing. But he taught me to like look at this piece of work and be like, dude, this isn't done. He's like, you've written a song, listen to the lyrics. It's not done. And that can be a personal taste, but when I look back at my early recordings, I'm like, I don't even think there was some of the recordings on my first record, they weren't words. Like I was singing things that sounded like a word, but it wasn't. And
like Hootie and the Bullfinch.
Maybe, but no, but he actually was intending to sing a word. I made words up and stuck them in there and never changed it.
I remember one time you told me, it was like, after a gig, I'm like, dude, your voice sounds so thick and rich. I mean, I love it. You're like, I'm making it up.
Yeah, it's not. I heard
like right off the mic, like they could probably still hear you like,
no.
I'm just making up a voice. Does it sound rock and roll? That's what I'm going for.
It doesn't. I'm trying to get to my true voice. That's a really good point you bring up. We were talking about being self-conscious. Yeah. And when I first started, I tried to sing like Neil Young. Then I would try to sing like the Allman Brothers. Then I heard John Cruz. I tried to sing like John Cruz. That's probably when the rasps came in.
Yeah.
And now I'm realizing that I'm hiding. I was hiding.
Yes.
But like, who has the talent to pretend to be other people and pull it off? And
that's so true.
It's like it's already like his music winning awards, pretending to be someone else.
That's so true.
Imagine as he settles.
I believe that probably I'll continue to score, but the goal for me, and maybe this is the exclamation point on it, was always to be a singer-songwriter. And I got into radio really. I volunteered there because I wanted to make connections.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I got into gigging because I liked music, but I was never going to make it. As a gigging musician, it wasn't going to come out. I don't think I'll ever be like a record label person, but if one day I settle into my own voice, that we're talking about this fake hiding behind the voice, and I settle in there and I write the song, I'm done.
I love it.
And I'm getting there. I've written a few that I feel like are getting closer and closer. So I think that my guess, I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll change. But my guess, that's what this whole thing was about.
Wow.
For sure.
If you can look and see, maybe I'll settle into being me.
So many nuggets that you said.
Yes. I was about to ask
nuggets.
the final question to bring him on. We just brought it home. But like, because all of this chaos, I'm like, what is Johnny's heart? What is your true? And you just brought it home. That's exactly what it is. You're a singer-songwriter. All the other stuff is kind of like getting you there, and you know what it is, and you have a target. You're like, it's your true self, you know.
And yeah,
it's
that's
beautiful.
It. Doesn't matter if it's
I love it.
Yep.
being me.
I love in your story how, like, you know, some of the stuff you talked about, so many people who helped you through your journey.
Probably the biggest person, I mean, aside from my family, would be John Cruz. Like, he's given me the most, he's been the most generous, probably musically.
Wow.
Yep.
So let me shout out all the people. Your sister.
Yep.
Then we got Dara.
Dara for sure.
We got Willie Moku.
Willie Moku.
We got John Cruz.
John Cruz.
Holy smokes. Krista Whitmire.
Yep.
Gerard
Gilmore. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So many people, man.
Yeah, there's too many. I mean, there's so many more.
So many more, of course. Yeah, just in.
And there's you.
And there's you. The true Johnny Helm. Coming soon. Stay tuned. Where can we find you at? At social media and all that stuff?
I don't really do social media. I'm very bad at it. But if you want to, probably Instagram would probably be the safest, which is Johnny Helm Music or JohnnyHelm.com. Yeah. Never update that website.
It's a good website, though.
Really?
There's one broken link, though, but I love all the photos on the front end. There's one broken link. I have to
You can
stalk
fix
it a little
it,
bit.
please.
I'll tell you where the broken link is.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for inviting me on. I feel very touched that you would even think that I'm worthy of chatting with, but thank you so much.
You're more than worthy. Yes. And like, I can tell you've written your story, but it has just begun.
It's just begun. I'm nowhere near done.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
It's
it.
the best stories.
Lokahi Backstage. What's up?
Can you come to my house and record that rap now?
We got to do photos.
Yeah, let's go.
I love you, buddy.
That was such a good.
That was really special.
That was awesome.
That was really good. Okay, wait, let's get some photos.
Lokahi Backstage.